Welcome back to Get Down to Business, and I bet you did not know that this month is National Cybersecurity Awareness Month, because usually it's the people that know something like that. Unfortunately, it's usually too late. That's why I am joined by the next guest, our guru, Steve Bajsanski, and who's joining me here in studio. Very, very much appreciate that. Welcome to the program.
Thank you so much for having me, inviting me, and also thank you for your service, for what you have done and do for the community.
Thank you very, very much for your support. Appreciate that. So you are a guru, somebody that understands and supports business. So as I always love to do with our guests, especially first-time guests on Get Down to Business, tell us a little bit about yourself and your company.
Well, as you said, my name is Steve Bajsanski. I am with Shartega IT. We have been around for just about 20 years, since 2001. We are a managed service provider, or an IT firm that's based in Des Plaines, Illinois. We just moved in a few months ago into a brand new state-of-the-art studio. We are locally owned and operated here. None of the work that we do is outsourced. We have our network operations center all under one roof, along with our network engineers, systems engineers, as well as our corporate staff as well. We're all under one roof, and we take pride in taking care of Chicagoland businesses for all this time.
That's great, and we love to profile businesses that are supporting other local businesses. And I know Shartega, I know obviously you can support businesses anywhere, but certainly the focus here on Chicago is really, really important. And Steve, I serve in the Army, and we certainly learn a lot about cybersecurity and protecting threats and so on. But as I said in the intro, many business owners learn about cybersecurity, perhaps I'd say in the reactive manner rather than the proactive manner. And you are focused certainly this month, but not just this month, every month. But let's talk about, I love holidays. I love holidays. So this is an important month for a company like yours, National Cybersecurity Awareness Month. What does that mean to you?
To me, it's actually bigger than just a month, and bigger than just this period of time, because we take the proactive approach when it comes to IT. We don't want to wait until your system is down, until you've experienced a breach or a hack. But the great thing is about some of these awareness opportunities, like we have it for cancer and for other things, it makes people think. Mm-hmm. So it's an opportunity to get the message out there that you need to really be proactive when it comes to your IT and technology, because the numbers show that people are not, and business owners especially, that's probably the last thing on their mind, especially going through something what we're going through now. The last thing is, do I have everything I need? Do I have all the systems? Do I have all the programs?
So, Steve, let's talk about some of these statistics, some of the numbers, because I know that is, we were just talking during the break, and some of those numbers are quite staggering when you think about it. And the risk, especially in our virtual world, really, it happens to me, we are across a plastic divider, but we are here in person. But most business is being transacted now. Global businesses are all over the place, and this is a real threat. So let's talk about some of those numbers.
So yeah, 1 in 5 small businesses will be hacked, and it's no longer a differentiator of who you are, what you do. You have some of these systems that automatically they're just looking, just like when you're sick, when you get a cold, it's looking for vulnerabilities, and 99% of these attacks happen because these vulnerabilities were never taken care of. They're sitting there, and then when it's deployed, it'll find these vulnerabilities attached to it, and then all chaos will break loose. And they're saying the average cybersecurity breach is up to $150 million for a company.
And so, Steve, I want to focus on the small business side of things, because Sure. This is something that cybersecurity and cyber threats is not focused just on large companies and large corporations with large budgets. Sure. It does not discriminate against small businesses. So what can some of our listeners, an entrepreneur with a small office, maybe it's them themselves or a couple of employees, what can they do today to take the steps to prevent some of those threats that are out there?
Well, 97% of all the attacks happen because of an individual. So employee training is very important, because you can have the best systems in place, but if if your employee clicks on that one link that they shouldn't have, it can expose your whole system. So that's actually the number one thing to do is to train your employees. You could have like email phishing training where you simulate having a breach from your email. You can make a day of it, make a fun party.
So much like you do a fire drill, do a cybersecurity training.
Exactly, for email attacks and stuff, and make it fun, because someone's like, I don't want to be the one who clicks it. So you make it fun, have donuts, have something with it, and let them know what's going to happen in advance, because it's important for the employees to feel empowered and to train them so that when it really does happen, they're ready to not do certain things.
Fantastic. I'm chatting with Steve we're chatting about this important month of National Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and I'm chatting with Steve from Shartega IT. And Steve, giving some really, really good examples of how to be proactive in preventing threats. But what happens when a threat hits?
When a threat hits, well, you can, a lot of times people react and they don't know what to do, actually. They're like, well, we didn't expect for this to happen. So if you don't have something in place, you're going to scramble around to go ahead and find a solution, and then hopefully they can take care of it for you. But when it's attacked, you have to defend it, just like you would anything else.
Yeah.
You have to defend it. So you have
But it's cheaper to avoid that problem, right?
It is, but unfortunately, a lot of business owners, they're reactive, as we mentioned earlier. They only contact IT companies when something goes wrong, or their internal staff will maybe take care of certain things, but they're not ready for certain things.
Steve, I've got to squeeze in a quick break,
Sure.
and we're going to talk about some real-life examples and, of course, make sure folks can get in touch with you. You're listening to Get Down to Business, the show all about small business, jobs, and entrepreneurship. Get on my website, shalomklein.com, to download podcasts from the past 6+ years of shows. We'll be back and Get Down to Business in a moment. Welcome back. I've been chatting with Steve from Shartega IT. And Steve, we've been chatting all about National Cybersecurity Awareness Month. We've been talking about being proactive as being cheaper than being reactive to some of these issues. All very, very, very important issues. But as we said, this hits very, very close to home for everybody. It's, the number of attacks are on the rise, and that's why your team is so focused. So you do some digging and some research. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, actually, I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know if your website and email are secure?
I sure hope it's secure. Oh my gosh, I emailed you, so I don't know. It better be secure.
Well, I've got great news for you. I know we're on the radio and some
Oh, you're showing me, yeah.
I've got this report here. It's a dark web report. And I've got great news to tell you that it's clean. There's 0 threats.
That's fantastic.
So the processes and policies that you have in place are actually working. So, and this is something that we do for Cybersecurity Awareness Month. We're doing this to any business that's interested. You can contact me, and we can do the same kind of thing and do some consultation with you as well.
George is in the other room, and the radio station is also. I know you pulled a report over there, and they're clean as well. So good news to all of my colleagues and friends here at AM 560. You're not harming anybody, and you're not being harmed. So good news all around. That's great. Really, really interesting. And as you said, right now, because of this important month where there is awareness on this issue, you're giving people the opportunity. We'll make sure our listeners know where they can reach you. But Shartega IT, so you guys are actually not far from here. You're based in Des Plaines, Illinois, an amazing, amazing team. Tell us a little bit about the work that you guys are doing. I know you mentioned you just moved into that beautiful office.
Yeah, we just moved into a state-of-the-art facility at the end of July. But we've been in business for, like I said, since 2001, serving all kinds of communities. We got our start in the automobile dealership space in 2001, and from there we've grown. We work with all kinds of organizations. We do some nonprofit work. We work with medical facilities. We work with marketing firms, law firms. So anywhere, IT can be for anybody. So we work with a bunch of different organizations to be proactive with their IT, and our clients love us for doing that, for being educational with them, so that to mitigate the risk, and also by being proactive with their IT.
And tell us about the team at Shartega.
The team. Our team is an amazing team, and I want to give a shout out to our owner and president, Nick Connor. Even during this COVID season, none of us lost our jobs. We were all employed. we hunkered down, and we were still providing the same level of service, just like before COVID. And a lot of our clients were considered essential workers, so we were able to continue to deliver the support for them as well.
That's so important. Shout out again to Nick. Thank you for doing that. And I know that the need is very, very apparent to businesses, as we said, big and small, during National Cybersecurity Awareness Month, but really throughout the year as well. And that's what you guys are doing, is helping to help companies, much like you conduct a fire drill, conduct some of that cybersecurity awareness training. So I love to make this practical for our listeners. Whether you own a business, you're in a business, what steps can you take beyond the training, which I appreciate? What other things, if there's one thing that folks take away, an action item that they can do tomorrow as they head back into work, what would you recommend for them?
Just to ask themselves a question: Am I secure? Do I have everything I need? And just to be honest with themselves. And once they answer that question, take the proper steps. If you're not sure, it's okay to reach out to somebody, to a company, or to an individual, just to make sure, because it's of vital importance, especially now more than ever, to have it safely secured.
That's such important advice. It's National Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and I'm absolutely thrilled to have had you, Steve Bajsanski from Shartega IT, here in studio, as we've had this conversation about proactive steps and, when necessary, the reactive defense. Steve, how can folks get in touch with you and your team at Shartega IT?
Well, you can visit us online at shartega.com. We got some useful information on there, or they can contact us via the phone, 773-305-3390. That's my direct phone number. I would love to work with any one of your listeners, and we can go ahead and run these same reports for them and just sit down and talk to them with no obligation, just to show them where they're at with their security and everything.
Fantastic. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to educate everybody, and I hope people will take the steps to learn about the vulnerabilities that they may have. I'm proud of my clean report that you came in with. Our listeners couldn't see you holding up those sheets, but I breathed a sigh of relief when I saw that, again, website, email, it's all clean, no threats detected there, and everybody can get that for themselves as well. Steve, appreciate it, and good luck to you as you continue to raise awareness over the coming weeks of National Cybersecurity Awareness Month. One more time, if you could share your website and phone number.
Sure. Our website is shartega.com, and direct phone number is 773-305-3390.
Fantastic. Well, I appreciate you coming on the air. Thanks for joining us. And another thing that our listeners could not see is I am wearing a T-shirt over here, and it's for the Army 10 miler, which I ran today. I actually did it with memories of many of my brothers and sisters in uniform that have perished in defense of our country. And I ran. I was able to do the Army 10 miler. It was virtual this year, so I ran it here in Chicago. And shout out to anybody else that was running. But I'm wearing that today. We'll be back and get down to business in just a moment.